Here. Hoover.
Here.
Jordan. Here. Murray.
Here.
Nolan.
Here.
And Reese. 7 present, 2 absent.
Thank you. Next we'll move to the approval of the minutes. Item A, minutes of the regular meeting held April 15th, 2025 are attached. The secretary.
I'm sorry, I can't hear Amanda.
You can't hear.
It's not Amanda.
She probably thinks I'm the one doing it. It's not working.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Can you hear me, Heather?
Can you hear me now?
Orally.
Poorly.
Do you want to?
Yeah, we can all slide over there.
Is that better?
I kind of liked it this way.
Yeah, we're
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
the board's all spread out. They're going to move
Someone
down.
changed the pattern on the microphone. So,
It looks like some,
somebody was wonky
Like-
some things.
All right, let's try this again.
Thank you.
Thank you guys, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh yeah, no, I'm glad you did. Can't have a meeting if you can't hear. All right. Minutes of the regular meeting held April 15th, 2025 are attached. The secretary recommends these minutes be approved as presented. Entertain a motion here.
I make a motion.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item B, minutes of the special meeting held April 22nd, 2025 are attached. The secretary recommends that these minutes be approved as presented. Entertain a motion.
I make a motion.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item C, minutes of the Budget Committee of the Whole meeting held April 22nd, 2025 are attached. The secretary recommends that these minutes be approved as presented. Entertain a motion here.
I make a motion.
second.
Motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, now for our student report.
Hello, I'm Adriana Caprati, and I will be doing the student board report tonight. I would like to start off with spring sports. Varsity baseball has come to an end, and the team finished with a record of 3 wins and 10 losses. As for varsity softball, the girls are on their way to districts, and they will be playing Northeast Bradford tomorrow at 3 p.m. at Elm Park. Tickets can be purchased on the PIAA website. Congratulations to both teams for all their hard work. Both junior high girls and boys soccer teams' season has come to an end. The boys ended their season with a record of 7-2, and the girls ended the season with a record of 5-4. Great job to both teams. The art show was held on May 8th, and the results were as follows. Choice of show to Kurt Shupp with the mixed media charcoal portrait. First place, Madeline Leonard. Second place, Elise Oninsky. Third place, Grace Selowitz. Fourth place, Amber Kelly. Fifth place, Jenna Everland. Sixth place, Bailey Smith. Seventh place, Bethany Everland. Eighth place, Holly Sperry. Ninth place, Amelia Phoebus. And 10th place, Marty Ziegler. Congratulations to everyone for all their amazing artwork. The Envirocom Club took 7 teams to the regional competition on April 29th, and 1 team will be representing Sullivan County at the state competition on May 21st, located in Pittsburgh. That team consists of Adriana Krause, Jenna Everland, Tori Marotti, Madeline Leonard, and Lila Fries. Congratulations to all of them for making it to the state competition, and best of luck to them tomorrow. Prom was held on May 10th at the David A. Dwyer Center in Eaglesmere with an amazing turnout. Junior prince and princess were Tucker Blosky and Mariah Halbuck. Senior court was Leah Bedford, Kaylee Lopez, Olivia Stako, and Jasmine Montgomery. Prom king and queen were Nick Walsh and Anna Mazzolini. Congratulations to the prom court and king and queen. I would also like to congratulate Amber Kelly for being the athlete of the week for the week of May 4th, as well as Keegan Bagley for the week of May 11th. On to events happening in the school right now. This week, seniors are wrapping up the year with their finals, with math social studies on Monday and science and English today. Double math and makeup finals will be held tomorrow. And as for next week, the seniors will be leaving on Tuesday for their senior class trip to Lake Norman in North Carolina. Underclassmen will be having their finals exams on Thursday, May 29th for math and science, Friday, May 30th for English and social studies, and Monday, June 2nd for double math and sciences. Makeup finals will also be held on Monday, June 2nd. Seniors who attend Northern Tier Career Center will have their awards ceremony Thursday morning. Student government is finishing planning the spring pep rally and block party where freshmen will be selling soda, water, fries, and popcorn. Outdoors club will be selling burgers and hot dogs. NHS with snow cones, newspaper with bracelets, sophomores with lollipops, and the pilot teacher competition. Athletic training club with cookies, and juniors with funnel cakes, deep fried Oreos, and bubble tea. That is all I have for you tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, on to the admin reports. Mr. Fessler, you want to start us off?
The only thing I really have additionally is we started this camera installation yesterday. It'll be up the rest of this week except Friday and probably a day or two next week. We also have the old dinosaur there, and the administrators will enjoy, some quickness when we're trying to find things. So
Awesome.
it's kind of exciting.
Good.
The
Great.
tech ed. Did you want to mention the tech ed?
Oh, the tech ed, yeah, the laser engraver, that's operational.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so that's cool.
Could y'all hear that on the call? The laser engraver is operational now. I thought you'd be happy about that.
Yeah, Mike's going to spend some time and develop it into the curriculum here for next year. So it should be pretty cool to see it work.
Cool.
It should draw some interest.
Mrs. Hyatt?
Did we ever get the cameras and all the equipment because we didn't really have the right camera set up for the baseball, softball yet, did we?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they've been installed and updated, and
Okay.
you can go into Little Fan page and watch previous games.
Okay.
You can actually see the foul poles, and we've played around with it a little bit. You can zoom in or zoom out when you set up the camera. So if there's something we want to record out on the baseball field that we don't need the foul poles, we can zoom it in more. But we thought for the gameplay, we want to see the foul poles.
Okay. When did they get installed?
We watched the game at the budget committee of the whole.
Board meeting, before that,
Yeah.
April 22nd.
Yeah.
So at least that.
Yeah, it was the week before that. Feels good.
very clear.
All good there, Scott? Hey, Scott. All good there?
Okay.
Yeah, cool. Dr. Zawadi? Ms. Eberlin?
Couple things. I'd like to congratulate the winners of the art show and the industrial arts, the tech ed, the wood shop, metal shop projects as well. It was amazing to see all the work that was here on display. For the art students, I think there were 61 art exhibits. So those are really some great tasks achieved by those that won prizes. I'd also like to give a shout out to Tucker Blasi, who qualified for track districts. That was last week? Yes. I'd like to wish our softball team good luck at their district game tomorrow. Hopefully it will happen tomorrow. Weather's not looking great. And to our Environment States team that's at States, they compete tomorrow. And also for the board, I know we've been trying to get the yearbook photo. We thought maybe tomorrow at 5:15 before interviews, when everybody's here, might be a good time to do that.
Okay.
And yearbook has said that would work out fine.
Okay.
So that's what we're gonna shoot for.
Okay. I'll let folks know.
Maybe otherwise.
Yeah, I'll let folks know, see if we can get here for 5:15.
Thanks.
Ms. Kaler?
We're in the middle of field trip season. All of our graders have been going and exploring different places in the county and beyond. We do have end of the year activities coming up, including Environmental Education Day, Field Day, and 6th grade recognition will be on the last day of school, Wednesday the 4th at 6 p.m. in the auditorium. So we are excited to wrap things up and send our 6th graders over the lid.
Awesome. Mr. McMahon?
Yes, I'd like to chime in a little bit on the laser engraver, maintenance, myself, kind of worked on putting that together, getting it together, venting it, and then going to all the electric work for that thing to be operational. Documented those increments and give it to Doug so he can pass that on to get paid. That's a good thing. Everybody probably knows that the fencing out to baseball field is done. Big pole set up. Actually, it's worked pretty good. If you're standing inside, you look out through there. You can really, if you're looking, if you look hard, you can actually see that black fence. Actually, worked pretty good. I think they're going to be there for a while. They put them 5 feet in the ground, and 4 foot of that's just not the rock. That rock. So they're not going to go away anytime. We're gearing up for hopefully graduation and all the good things that are coming. Providing mothers cooperating. We'll be sailing through that and getting all ready for that. See the next year kids sail on. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Mavis?
I would just like to thank our transportation contractors for how well they work with one another to make sure that we can get our students here. This is always a challenging time of year with field trips and other things going on, and then unfortunately this week we also had a driver with a medical issue, but they've really come together to make sure that it doesn't impact our students' days. And so there's a lot of phone calls that they make to each other and a lot of coordination. There might be some buses parked here on Wednesday night to make sure that people can go on field trips and that sort of thing. That being said, if anyone out there is interested in getting their CDL with bus driver certification, we
For the people online, Doug has volunteered, so just remember that.
their work and their collaboration is very much appreciated.
Awesome, thank you. Mr. Lindner?
Yeah, it's the end of the year here. There's a lot of activities to coordinate around. I second what Lance said, especially when you have a community like this, it's nice that our contractors do, so it's across contracts, competitors in contract, but supporting each other. But the events were completely finished, all PSSAs returned. We had no requests to opt out of testing for PSSAs for the first time that I can remember. So that's really kudos to the building administrators and our faculty for really selling the importance and the need for good test taking as measuring points for progress. Field trips, this is an exciting season. There's lots of things to do and see around here. We've had community organizations offer their facilities for our use. If we went, White Ash has offered their facility if we ever need a quick trip somewhere that they can be out in the environment, that's available to us. And we appreciate that. Field trips, there'll be end of year festivities. The finals, we do have a couple keystone makeups, keystone tests. And Lynn has a plan to ensure that we can get those completed. I wanted to touch on something that Chris said, that that net at the baseball field, I just wanted to clarify. My main purpose is to ensure that people watching the game remain safe. If you're ever on the elevation there, sitting in a lawn chair, anywhere on that line, someone can get clocked by somebody, by a foul ball. And it's always been that way, and I've seen a number of close calls. That fence being funded as part of the overall athletic project was a reason to do it. And that's just going to make it safer there for, no one has to worry about getting hit by a ball there. You know, so it corrected that, and especially since we put the new stands close, that, you know, they don't have to worry about, you know, they're even closer than what the people on the road are. So people that are attending games here don't need to worry about being struck by balls. So yeah, I'm glad to see that coming around. Our coaches, every morning we have 15 or 20 athletes in there using that facility now, and I'm really excited to see that. Programs are being set up for the summer. Usage, you know, each one of those pieces of equipment has a QR code, so you can actually have examples of proper usage of all that equipment, so we know how much our coaches and students use their phones, so they can see that. Yeah, it's just a busy time for everyone. Chris and his crew have been working on the outside as much as they can, because it takes a little bit when you host it here to make sure that all of her facilities are cleaned inside, but at the same time a little bit manicured on the outside. But it's hard to do that when Noah's building his ark on the playground. So yeah, things are shaping up for the end of the year. And there's only 9 student days left. So we'll make those fulfilling days.
Great, thank you. Do we have any public?
No.
Thank you for checking. All right, we had an executive session after last Tuesday night's meeting for personnel to work on the superintendent and business manager hiring process, and we'll have another executive session tonight after this meeting on those same topics. All right, and with that, we can go to finance.
Finance, I'd like to group A through N, and I so move.
Second.
Motion and a second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Motion, items A through N approved, motion carries.
O, the Finance Committee recommends approval of the 2025-2026 proposed final budget at $19,903,585. The budget will be available for public inspection at the district office and may be amended until the final adoption. Final adoption of the budget is scheduled for June 17th, 2025, and I so move. We'll have to take a roll call on that.
Second.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. I know.
Okay.
Any discussion here? All right,
Did we get the separation where we can see how much we're getting inbound for cyber school and how much is outbound
I'll
for
move
cyber
and take
school?
care of that pretty soon.
Okay. That's the only question.
We're
I
getting
have.
there.
Okay.
All right, roll call, please. Shelley, do you want to do it, or do you want Lance?
Sorry, I thought I was off mute.
That's okay.
Yes. Fitzgerald,
Yes.
Hannah? Yes. Hoover?
Yes.
Jordan? Yes. Murray?
Yes.
And Nolan?
Yes.
7 yeses.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Okay, P, the Finance Committee recommends approval of resolution number 2024-1, establishing tax rates for the 2024-2025 fiscal year as follows. The real estate tax at 15.71 mils. 2, Act 511, earned income tax at 1%. And 3, real estate transfer tax at 1%.
So the year on that should be 25, 26?
Yes.
Sorry, Joe, can I have you amend your?
Yeah.
You
He didn't make a motion
Yep,
yet.
sorry about that.
Okay. To 2025,
2026.
Should be
Should
25,
be
26
2020.
fiscal
I
year.
got you. I'll go.
yeah,
Yeah, or just.
We'll go
redo
back.
that. Yeah.
okay.
I'm sorry about that. Okay. Okay, I'll read P again. The Finance Committee recommends approval of resolution
Number 2025-1.
2025-1, establishing tax rates for the 2025-2026 fiscal year as follows. 1, real estate tax at 15.71 mils. 2, Act 511, earned income tax at 1%. 3, real estate transfer tax at 1%. And I so move.
Second.
Motion
I
and,
have a quick question.
yeah, go for it.
Doug, I know we've been through this before, but just so anybody who's watching this knows, you said the 4% mill increase would equal like a specific number on a specific total?
I provided Heather the information that you provided me for a homestead property worth $1,000 or $100,000. That was a 20. Remember?
Yeah, so,
I think I have it.
so it'd be for a $100,000 property, they'd have a $60 millage increase, but due to the state providing more funds in the homestead farmstead exclusion, that gets netted against about a $35 increase on that. So it would only be about a $25 tax increase year over year for $100,000 assessed home in the county for someone that's a resident here.
Thank you so much, that was perfect.
Thank you, Heather. Any other questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Merlin?
Yes.
Fitzgerald?
Yes.
Hannah? Yes. Hoover?
Yes.
Jordan? Yes. Murray?
Yes.
Nolan?
Yes.
7 yeses. Motion carried.
Thank you.
And Joe, this one would be 2025-2.
That's what I thought.
I was going to
Sorry
say
about that.
That's all right. Stuff happens. Okay. Q, the Finance Committee recommends approval of Resolution 2025-2, Homestead, Farmstead exclusion. And I so move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion or questions here? All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
I would like to group R through U, and I so move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion on items R through U? All in favor say aye. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I just wanted to call out and make sure that those watching are actually looking at the V and seeing the numbers for the cyber school costs.
Yeah, we'll do that one next.
That's next.
Yep. You're good. You're good. No, you're good. So R through U, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, V, administration recommends approval of payment of cyber charter tuition to the following cyber charter schools totaling $132,545.52 for May 2025 tuition and reconciliation of prior student enrollments through May 2025. One, Agora Cyber, $3,090.86. Insight Cyber, $1,545.43. PA Cyber, $14,000. $14,296.89. For Commonwealth Charter, $102,018.33. 21st Century Cyber, $1,545.43, and Reach Cyber, $10,048.58. With this, we get reimbursed less than 10%. So that means we still pay out of pocket, out of the taxes in the county for these cyber schools, not our cyber schools, other cyber schools over $1 million. So,
How much is the reimbursement?
This year, the state has a reimbursement fund for all schools across the Commonwealth. Our share of that fund is approximately $104,000. In Governor Shapiro's proposal for next year, he has proposed the change to the cyber charter tuition rate, and with that being in place, those funds are not in his proposal. So there would be, if they change the tuition rate, there would be no, refunding to local districts at that point. If the proposed tuition rate would be a significant benefit to our district, but that's in the halls of Harrisburg. And last year they had the same proposal and did not come through on it. That being said, in the proposed budget that was just passed, we are projecting the tuition rates as they currently are. And with that being the case, it also includes that refund of approximately $100,000, because I would presume if they don't change the tuition rate, they would leave that fund in place. But that's a matter that is likely not to be resolved until July or August or
if it does get resolved,
thereafter. Well, the latest budget was passed, Doug, who was in the last 25 years was
March
March
of the following year.
Yeah. So it could be a while.
Another thing with these cyber schools, there are a lot of people out there that think that the state reimburses the full amount to the district, and that don't happen. The district ends up paying us, and the state requires us to pay this.
We have no governance over them and how they use that money. Thank you.
And I so move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any additional discussion or questions?
Yeah, I just want to say there's a lot of people concerned about the curriculum that's presented to their students in the public schools, for which they have all venues to make comment. Cyber schools, there is no comment for what curriculum is presented to their students virtually. So that's just something else that parents should be concerned about.
Let's do a roll call here.
Derwent,
No.
Fitzgerald,
No.
Anna,
I dislike it and don't want to say yes, but eventually they have to get paid.
So what's your vote?
Yes.
Hoover,
Yes, because we have to pay them.
Jordan, yes. Murray,
No.
Nolan,
Yes, because they will take the money anyway, even if we don't approve it.
so 4 yeses, 3 nos. Motion passes.
Thank you. Item W.
Okay, W, the Finance Committee recommends acceptance of the following donations. One, donation of tools valued at $2,059.39 from Milwaukee Tools, coordinated by Director of Brand Marketing for Milwaukee Tools, Kelly Blossom. Two, donation of an elliptical from Dr. Samuel Schreck, valued at $800. I'd like to thank everybody for their donations with us, and I know everybody else feels the same way. It's much appreciated, and I so move.
Second, and thank you.
Motion and a second. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And that's all for finance. On to athletics and extracurricular.
Okay, athletics and extracurricular, I'd like to recommend item A through E to approve all the coaches for the 2025-2026 school year, and I so move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion here? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Items A through E. On to buildings and grounds.
Buildings and grounds, like to combine, well, A is informational, we went over it in committee. B, Buildings and Grounds Committee recommends approval of the use of school facilities request from the Sullivan County Action for the Sullivan County Health Fair in the elementary school gymnasium, cafeteria, hallways, and classrooms on October 17th, 2025, from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. For setup, and October 18th, 2025, from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. And I so move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. For curriculum and student activities, I'd like us to take items A, B, C, D, and F together. And I so move.
Second.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item E, the Curriculum and Student Activities Committee recommends approval of the list of graduates for the class of 2025. Just want to say congratulations. And I so move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And item G, the Curriculum and Student Activities Committee recommends approval of the FBLA National Competition Trip from June 28th, 2025 to July 3rd, 2025 in Anaheim, California. Congratulations to them as well, everyone attending. And I so move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, I'm ready. Which ones of these can I combine? I'm assuming we have to do D, G, and H separately?
A, B, C, and D you could do together,
Okay.
and then
And then the rest?
and then break out the rest.
Okay. So the Personnel Committee recommends combining A through D, and I so move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Items A through D.
E, the Personnel Committee recommends hiring Belinda Swagger as a paraprofessional to begin August 18th, 2025, at a starting rate of $16 per hour, and I so move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion?
I did just want to briefly mention that, that Mindy has really been a huge help to not only the special education department, but the elementary school this year. She's been working as a guest teacher, substitute teacher through ESS in our life skills classroom for the entirety of this school year, and has just done an incredible job with the students. And we would have really been in a tough situation if she hadn't stepped up to take that position for us, and just extremely grateful for her help, and very excited to have her on board.
Wonderful. Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
F, the Personnel Committee recommends the hiring of Tricia Hollebuck as a paraprofessional to begin on August 18th, 2025, at a starting rate of $16 per hour, and I so move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion?
I also have comment on that one. Tricia has been also hugely helpful to us this year. She's been working as a substitute, but when our speech pathologist resigned midway through the year, I really needed somebody who was going to be a consistent person to help with the virtual speech sessions that we were doing. Tricia stepped up to do that role for me, and has been extremely reliable in that position. And once she was given the instruction on what I needed her to do, she took off, running with it, and really just not having to worry about that one little piece of my day. She's been hugely beneficial, and I very much appreciate her efforts too.
Thank you. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And that brings up a question for me that, are we going to get an in-person speech?
They have been advertising for that since they found out about, they being the IU, about Emily's resignation. They've been advertising. So far, they've received 0 applications for the position, which is why we have been using the virtual session, or virtual speech therapists in the meantime while we're trying to fill that position. Of course, our hope is to have an in-person person, because that's certainly more ideal than having virtual sessions. But if anyone knows anyone out there that's interested in doing speech, we're a great place to work.
Thank you. G, the administration recommends acceptance with regret a letter of retirement from Ellen Koshak as a high school guidance counselor effective June 20th, 2025, and I so move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion?
I would like to thank Ellen for her years of service to the district. I know she's done a lot of great work with career exploration and getting our Future Ready Index career requirements met and going above and beyond. Watching her work with our students to apply for scholarships, and sometimes it's like reaching out to kids like, hey, this one's for you, come in and fill this out. And we have a lot of students recently that have had some extreme family situations, and she's walked them through and kind of filled in the spot of the parent to help kids get scholarships that are going to be very useful to them. She has helped out keeping up with student grade point averages and making sure they're accurate, and that's a big deal moving forward to selecting valedictorian, salutatorian, and for college applications. And she really does care about our kids and working with kids that have issues with other students, with each other, or family issues. I know I've seen her take off from here and go to hospitals to check in on kids that have been recently hospitalized, which, you know, that's not every person is going to do that. So we are going to miss her, and I thank her for her service.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Let's do a roll call.
Erland,
Yes.
Fitzgerald,
Yes.
Hannah,
Yes.
Hoover,
Yes.
Jordan, yes. Murray,
Yes.
Nolan,
Yes.
7 yeses, motion passed.
Thank you.
H, administration recommends approval to advertise for the opening created by item G, and I so move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I, administration recommends approval of the following supplemental contracts for summer 2025. 1, 2 days in metal shop, Michael Comro. 2, 2 days in wood shop, Gregory Perry. 3, 5 days in the elementary library, Beverly Faust. 4, 5 days in the high school library, Aaron Schultz. 5, 5 days in guidance, Ellen Koshak, in the high school guidance. And 6, 5 days in the elementary guidance, Laura Feaster, and I so move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Policy and procedure. Anthony, are you in a good position to read? Yeah.
Yep, sorry about that.
No worries.
I was hopping back before, in between the meeting and the red letter. I disconnected a couple times. All right, policy and procedure, item A. The Policy and Procedure Committee recommends acceptance of the following policy for the first read. Policy 325, dress and grooming, and I so move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
Item B, the Policy and Procedure Committee recommends approval of the following policy for the second read. Policy 121, field trips, and I so move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
That's all for policy and procedure.
Thank you. Heather, can you do transportation?
Absolutely. So transportation, item A, Transportation Committee recommends approval of a parent driver. And I so move.
Second.
Motion and a second. We don't need the name in there? No? Okay.
No, we shouldn't have the name just because of the nature of the students.
Got it. All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
Item B, the Transportation Committee recommends approval of the scheduling activity bus days through the end of the school year needed to accommodate student activities, sports, and tutoring, and I so move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. All right, we are on to board reports. I'll start online. Heather, anything tonight?
I just want to congratulate the graduating seniors and thank everybody for all the donations that they have done. And I also want to do a community thank you for all of the people that chip in for these scholarships that our students are given. we really do have a really great community.
Thank you. Shelley?
I have nothing tonight, thank you.
Thanks. Anthony?
Yep, the Policy and Procedure Committee will be doing a work session on our bullying policy. Waiting to hear back from a few folks. We will look at holding this. The date will be our Tuesday committee at 5 prior to committee, which I believe is the 10th. If I'm wrong on that date, I apologize. Depending on the feedback, it may continue beyond that, but at least we'll have some data to come back with at the committee meeting that night for discussion. That is all.
Thank you. Joe?
Oh, I'd just like to commend Mrs. Koshak. She's been here 21 years, and she does a lot of things that a lot of people don't see.
Yeah.
Like with the scholarships and the money given at the graduation, and just helping the kids and stuff. We had that demonstration between the two guidance counselors that came and gave that. And to see all the interviews and stuff they have, they really fill up their time. So I'd just like to thank her for her service to the district.
Thank you.
Okay?
Amanda?
And I'll second that. And I hope she enjoys her retirement, comes back and visits, maybe helps us out if she wants to.
Maybe she can be a bus driver too.
There you go.
There.
And
Her and Doug could go in business.
You can tell her I said
there you go.
Yeah.
Substitute bus driver business.
There you go.
I'm going to drive for a cyber school. That's where the money is.
Yeah, there you go. True.
I'll drive virtually.
There you go.
Oh, boy. Yeah, just want to echo what Heather said, what Joe said. Amanda, the gratitude for Mrs. Koshak, the gratitude for all of our staff as we head to the end of the school year here. All the kids, parents, everyone that it takes to bring a successful school year to a close. And then secondly, with our superintendent search, we have been working to review applications. We're starting to move into interviews. Still on track for hopefully making an offer in June ahead of Doug's retirement on July 1st. Scott?
Just want to thank everybody. Doug, you started the retirement craze here, so congratulations to everybody.
It's all your
Ellen? Yeah, nobody else is allowed to submit retirement? But I want to also thank Ms. Capriotti for the student report, which I think she does a very good job. This is, I think, the last one for the school year, so greatly appreciated. Congratulations to the girls softball, the boys baseball. Looking forward to seeing the girls play in districts, and junior high boys soccer as well as the girls soccer. Congratulations on their season, and all the artists. Awesome artwork. I don't know how anybody could actually, look at that and say which one's 1 or 2 or 9 or whatever they came in. It was some incredible artwork out there. So, and congratulations to the athletes of the week, and congratulations to Tucker for going on to the districts for track, and hopefully the senior class trip goes well and everyone behaves themselves. And the only other thing, Doug, you have something here about the athletic uniforms?
Yeah.
Do we need to vote on that tonight, or?
No, you don't need to vote on that at all.
Okay. Anybody have any questions?
We just never had anything in writing.
Okay.
So, I mean, the board is always able to, in policy, create, what they do with equipment disposal within. But that was just putting something on paper so we have something to work
And if I
with.
could just add a little piece
As
to
it
that.
should be.
We can't dispose of any uniforms until we have new uniforms, so people are looking forward to getting an old uniform, then you still wait for the uniform to take place, just in case there's a delay.
Good point.
Thanks for checking on that.
Yeah, so everything should be good there. Anybody have any questions on that?
No,
Yeah, okay.
sounded good.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, any public input?
Nope.
Thank you. And with that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. We're adjourned. Thank you.